Cyphre.
We're here for another gun review for you. Today we are going over the Echo 1 MTC Master Blaster. Actually, MTC3 Master Blaster.
The third variation. Yay!
That's out of the way. This is essentially a G36 with a
SL9 rear end.
An odd cheek rest, a very low rail, and some Horwire wire and sights.
And the magwell conversion.
Yeah, the magwell conversion to the M4 has already been done.
Yeah.
Right now you see it with the 190 round high cap in it. It also comes with a 300 round high cap.
So
Also,
both.
Comes with a vertical foregrip, kind of rubbery feeling.
Yeah, this is a typical Knights type vertical, so it kind of doesn't match anything at all. I'd stick an AFG on there, to be honest.
Yeah, give it a more futuristic look. It's got that futuristic kind of, I don't know what the hell it is look already. But you put an AFG on there to complete that look for you. Put a decent red dot or Acog scope or something on there would be pretty nice. Overall, it's a pretty neat gun. It's got full metal RAS on the front, polymer body just like a standard G36. The battery does house in the stock. Now, the gun didn't come with any instructions, so we're sitting here, feeling like chimpanzees at the monolith trying to figure out what the hell's going on. It turns out this screw here, you have to undo the screw and take this whole rear butt plate out. There's a big chunk in there. That comes out with it, and it's got 3 screw positions, so you can
adjust it out. But it doesn't come with any spacers, so it looks kind of funny,
Right, but nonetheless, it will come with a small 8.4 1100 milliamp battery. Currently, we have our 7.4 volt LiPo in there for testing uses.
Fits pretty well. We assume that it doesn't fit much more than that. So
yeah, it's going to be a tight fit no matter what you're doing.
For a small battery.
As far as everything else on the gun, you're going to need an Allen wrench.
Yes.
The cheek rest does not come installed. There's 2 screws that are supplied. You just have to tighten this on.
With an Allen wrench.
Exactly.
Did not come with an Allen wrench at all.
The sling point, which comes in on the left-hand side, is ambidextrous. If you have a screw, you can change it out again with the Allen key. Again, does not come with the gun.
Yeah. Well.
But I really enjoyed the gun. It was a lot of fun to shoot. Something different. I'd personally buy it if I was looking for something different on the market.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. They kind of took a different, they kind of went a different way. Obviously, I'm a G36 fan, so I'm like, okay, it's kind of like non-existent, and they kind of had fun with it, I guess. It's I guess Battlestar Galactica uses something similar, I guess. I don't know exactly. The super low rail has its own iron sights, but they're kind of, they're basically a piece of metal. It's not even a sight. It's a piece of crap.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the only way you can actually use it is without this cheek rest. So you can't use it and a sight on top of it. This is great if you have an optic mounted because it's a lot higher up for the cheek. This pops out a little bit, but not much, so it's not even that
maybe about 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, around an inch probably.
Yeah.
Then this thumb hole's nice, but you can't really reach the selector on the. Yeah, we're like, oh crap.
But then we're.
So it's ambidextrous, but it's not that big a deal. But it's like I can't even reach it at all.
Yeah.
I'm not even touching it. It's not even possible. The one thing we already ran into when we first had it was this magazine. Only this magazine, I believe it was.
Right.
Had a problem sitting in this magwell properly. Like, okay, so we tested the other ones out. They're like, okay, well, that's perfectly fine. All right, well, don't worry about that then. This is probably a standard equipment from, what do you say to make it? JG makes these conversions. There's a whole bunch of Battle Axe make these conversions. They're easy to come by anyway, so it's not a huge deal. But
now we also did find it will fit a Pmag, as well as any other standard TM compatible magazine.
Yeah, there's Pmag, so it fits in there nice.
Locks in.
Pretty good actually.
And the gun fires really smoothly, especially with the Pmag, because there's no feed issues.
Yeah. I don't like high caps. High caps are the devil. But yeah, everything else works fine except for that one mag. I'm just kind of disappointed because this actually looks spacey at least. Kind of doesn't look like a magazine that's.
Yeah, it gives a different look. It's more up to date. Now there is an MTC1 and a 2, and essentially they're just G36s with variants of stocks.
Yeah.
This is the only one that kind of is out there. It looks different.
It uses the SL9 style thumbhole stock, which is it's actually a different body, I believe, too. Because I don't think either one's used the SL9 body, which if you're not aware, the SL9 body has this that goes to the back here. G36 stops at the end of where this rail is, and that's where the stock flips. So it's a totally different body that actually is used to use this buttstock.
Now it does have the standard charging handles, ambidextrous, just like a G36. It's hard to get your finger in there because, again,
you
it's
don't need to use
lower
it,
up,
so.
yeah, unless you're accessing the hop up.
Right.
Now the only other problem we found is, go ahead and release it.
It's like, that's not even going now. It's
Yeah,
a little stiff.
A little stiff. You may need to lubricate that with silicone oil.
Not that you're intending to use it that much anyway, but it's,
Right. It's a great
plastic hop-up unit and all that anyway in there, so that's probably what we're rubbing against.
Yeah. It's great as a wall hanger, and it's great as a cosplay unit. I'm not sure how I feel about taking it out for performance and use in a game. Maybe a bit underwhelming in performance.
Or otherworldly, and you haven't used this gun with a loadout like this.
Yeah,
you know,
you'd have to be in
off.
You'd have to be in a full Stargate or BSG loadout for it to make sense. Yeah, exactly. There you go. So we're gonna go ahead and get this in the range, get you an FPS and a rate of fire, so you can see how it performs. So after a successful trip down range, shooting about 390, almost 400 in some cases, and a consistent rate of fire of 14.2.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to change.
Yeah, that was really impressive. But again, this is on a 7.4 LiPo. Your rate of fire will probably be a bit lower on the 8.4 that comes with it, probably in the range of 12.
But yeah, it's a little bit lower in general too because it is a little heavy. It's hitting at 400, so it's going to be less than the usual 16 we getting at JGs usually.
Exactly. So since
it's pretty good.
It's close to 400. You're probably got an M120 spring there.
Yeah.
So which is normal of Echo 1. They take JGs, upgrade them, remodel them, make them better guns.
Yeah. Overall, not bad. You can hear it. I don't know why you can hear it so well because the spring just makes that vibrating noise inside there. I'm not sure why exactly.
Could have a polycarbonate gearbox, but we haven't cracked the body to find out.
I assume it's a metal gearbox, but
most commonly Echo 1 does use a full metal gearbox, but there have been a lot of advances in polycarbonates recently.
Yeah. Overall, not bad. The only problem I have is the finish on this gun. I'm not sure what they were thinking, but they kind of like speedily injected molded this out of nothing because there's these splashes of, business of unfinished plastic on here. It's like they kind of, they didn't quite get the mold right, so it looks kind of like shit.
And it could just be that they didn't do a finished job on it, just pulled it right out of the mold.
I mean, there's kind of there's a lot of consistency on some of it, except for these kind of splash marks, which aren't water, they're not anything else, they're actually just molding marks. It's kind of like, oh, okay, alright, I guess kind of cheaped out on that part, so.
Now, instead of having a G36 trade, it does have very lightly screen printed in the trade. It says MTC, what's it say, 3?
No, it just says MTC Cal 556 by 6 millimeter.
So
and a barcode and.
So what the MTC stands for is a Modular Tactical Carbine, is what they're calling it, which is, I guess, a way to get away from calling it a G36 without getting sued.
I don't know. We had a bunch of G36 parts. Let's make a gun out of it.
Woo! Yay!
Yeah.
Now this gun, we picked this one at Airsplat. We want to thank them again. It's in the range of $250. It's an Echo 1. You're going to expect to spend money like that.
It's very sturdy, very stiff, very well put together. And these,
some drawbacks on it. Again, you're going to get two magazines with it. You're going to get battery charger, vertical foregrip. You're going to get some accessories with it. My drawback is battery installation. That's one of our biggest drawbacks we always have.
Yeah.
That's usually a deal breaker for us in most cases.
They really did try with this adjustable stock, but then they didn't try at all with this Cyphre because this usually has stackable pieces that you stack to make it higher or lower to taste. And this has 2 different settings, I believe, besides this right here. It sticks out slightly, and it's a huge chunk of plastic where that's sitting, and so you have this tiny space right here to put a battery. So you can probably just cut the whole thing out yourself if you wanted to, and mount it somewhere else and stick a large type practically
now,
in here.
The thing is that why I don't get it is they have this huge rail system. Why didn't they just wire to the front and throw the battery in there like on every other G36?
Yeah, because they did actually have the cutout on the front of this for regular battery, the usual TM cutout all the way at the top here. So this goes all the way to the barrel. So there's big space in here for it. I don't know
They could have easily thrown a nunchuck in there. Our 7.4 would fit perfectly in there. But again,
it's wired back. Well, whatever.
I personally am going to go ahead and give it a 7 just because price is a little higher than I would like to spend on a normal AEG, and then the battery placement as well. I can get over the iron sights and the lower rail because I can utilize by throwing a red dot or Acog. I can get over the ambidextrous thumb selector because I can use the other side.
It is ambidextrous, so don't worry about it.
So it does have key points that are good. It does have some bad.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to say a 7 because I actually like space guns in general. I like all guns that aren't M4s personally, and so this is a nice little. It looks very sleek with this rail on top, even if it's not very useful. It is very low profile though. I like the S19 Stock, but this obviously has its drawbacks with selectors. So I'm like, okay, so it was a nice idea that they kind of didn't think completely through. Battery placement just kills it for me though. That's just. I mean, I should stick a large type in the back of this, no problem, because there's nothing else in here. There's no gearbox, no spring, or nothing else.
And the fact on that is they could easily fit a 9.6 in there, but they threw an 8.4 in.
Large, you fit a freaking huge battery in here.
Exactly, you could get like a 3,800 milliamp.
Yeah.
Large type 9.6, and it would be fine.
If you wanted to, because there's nothing else in this space at all other than this stock, which is a piece of plastic there. So
that seems to be a 7 between the two of us.
Yeah.
So consistent 7. Is it something I'm going to go seek out and have to have? Probably not. Is it something I want to have because it looks cool? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say about the same.
So, remember, it's a very worthwhile gun, but just be sure it's what you want.
I like something different. Yeah, hey, it's
there you go.
Definitely out there for you. It does not replicate anything real steel whatsoever.
So it'll give you a completely different look on the field. People are like, what?
What the hell is that?
So
doesn't make sense.
So for Cyphre, I'm Dean. And remember, play hard,
play safe.
Hope you like the videos. We are the Airsoft Gurus. Remember to go ahead and click subscribe up in that corner. Don't forget to like right there. Yeah, where Cyphre's pointing. Remember, right above us right here, you can see more videos from us.
Well, a lot of our videos actually show up on the sidebar now. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, very nice. Don't forget, you can also find our Facebook page, the Airsoft Gurus, right in the comments below, along with our Twitter and our email address.
We do update every video on our Facebook page, so they'll be up to date anytime.
Absolutely, you can watch them at any time there. Remember, we are the Airsoft Gurus. Play hard, play safe.